Stakeholders play a huge role in the success of any project, but keeping their expectations aligned with what the team can actually deliver, that's where things get tricky. Imagine this, you're in a sprint review and your stakeholders are excited, throwing out new ideas, asking for new changes, and pushing for features that the team just doesn't have the capacity to deliver in the next sprint. As Scrum Masters, we want to support innovation, but we also have to keep the team grounded. So, how do you manage those expectations without losing the support of stakeholders and without overwhelming the team? I've seen so many give the default answer that being agile is about adapting to change, so we welcome changing requirements at any time. Yes, whilst this notion is not incorrect, there's a caveat to this because things aren't as straightforward as they seem. You see, managing expectations isn't just about saying yes or no to requests. It's about building trust and creating transparency and fostering collaboration. If expectations aren't managed well, it could lead to frustration, misunderstandings, and even burnout for the team. Today, I'll be diving into strategies that I've used to balance the enthusiasm of stakeholders with our team's capacity, and it all starts with one key principle: truly understanding the interests of your stakeholders. One of the most important aspects of managing stakeholder expectations is understanding not only what they want, but also why they want it. Before setting any expectations, it's crucial to take the time to understand the interest of your stakeholders and the value that the product offers. Ask yourself these questions. Why are we building this? How does this product fit into the organization's overall goals? Why is this valuable? Not just to the end users, but also to the stakeholders. When we understand the larger purpose behind the project, it allows us to align the team's effort with that purpose. Knowing the why behind the product also helps the team feel connected to the organization's goals, and it gives us clarity to what truly matters to our stakeholders. For example, if the primary goal of the product is to improve customer engagement, then the team can focus on features that directly support that goal. It's about going beyond what the stakeholders are asking for and understanding their underlying motivations. This not only helps the team to make better decisions, but it also helps us to communicate effectively with stakeholders about priorities and trade-offs. Remember that the number one principle of Agile is customer satisfaction. Without this, all else falls apart. Our goal as Scrum Masters is to make sure that the end product satisfies our customers and fulfills their needs. The way to ensure customer satisfaction is by deeply understanding what our stakeholders truly want. Understanding these needs, we can help self-organize the team around what matters most to our stakeholders. This alignment enables the team to deliver value consistently and adapt as those needs evolve. And ultimately, the team's purpose is to fulfill the vision of the stakeholders, and when we're grounded in that vision, we're better equipped to make impactful decisions. Establishing clear communication from the start is essential to managing expectations effectively. I remember a story of a former colleague of mine who ran into issues because of assumptions made early in the project. Her stakeholders were highly engaged and expected every feature that they suggested to be included in each sprint. She quickly realized that her stakeholders didn't fully understand the Agile process and the importance of respecting the team's capacity. She held a meeting where she walked her stakeholders through the Agile process and explained how incremental delivery can help the team to focus on delivering the high-value items first. This small step of explaining Agile fundamentals made a huge difference. Her stakeholders gained a better understanding of why the team couldn't accommodate every request, and they became more supportive of the team's focus. Clear communication sets the tone for realistic expectations. Her stakeholders understood how to prioritize requests and were less likely to push for last-minute changes that could disrupt the team's progress. If it was me, here's how I'll approach managing stakeholders' requests in an interview, and more importantly, how I'll handle it in the real world. I think it's essential to align with stakeholders about what success looks like, not just at the end of the project, but at the end of each sprint. By setting a clear, set goal for each sprint, we can manage the expectations of what could be achieved. For example, in alignment with the stakeholders' overall vision for the product. The team can collaborate on a sprint goal that is focused on improving user story experience in one specific area. This can help to avoid scope creep because everyone understands that if the task doesn't contribute to the user experience goal, it's not a priority for that sprint. One of the best tools for managing expectations is historical data. Using the team's velocity and capacity data, one can communicate realistically about what is achievable. This way, stakeholders can understand that the request must be balanced against the team's capabilities. For example, if stakeholders push for additional features in the sprint, you can show them the team's historical velocity data. This visual could help them understand why adding extra work would impact quality and the timeline. This is an objective way to present what the team can realistically commit to. Sometimes, priorities can shift within the twinkle of an eye, and in these cases, I'm honest about the trade-offs. I'll let our stakeholders know that if we add a new feature, it may delay other priorities or affect quality. This helps them to make informed decisions. I've had a project where our stakeholders requested for a feature halfway through the sprint. Instead of just saying, "We can't do that," my product owner and I were able to negotiate a solution that balanced the stakeholders' needs with the team's capacity. They appreciated the transparency and ultimately decided to prioritize the core feature while deferring some of the other aspects to the next sprint. This way, they got immediate value and the team could maintain their focus on quality without feeling overwhelmed. It was a win-win for everyone. Over the years, I've realized that this is an ongoing process. It's imperative to have regular check-ins with your stakeholders to review progress, reassess priorities, and discuss any new ideas. This keeps everyone aligned and it gives everyone a sense of involvement. If I'm being interviewed and I'm asked, how do you manage stakeholder expectations? Here's what I will say. When it comes to managing expectations, I start by establishing clear communication and a shared definition of success. I'll take the time to understand the interest of our stakeholders and the value that the product offers. I'll use data to set realistic boundaries to ensure that our stakeholders understand the team's capacity. I'll be transparent about trade-offs so that they can make informed decisions, and I'll maintain a feedback loop to keep everyone aligned throughout the process. I believe this approach would build trust and support transparency and keep the team focused on delivering value without feeling overwhelmed. With clear communication, a shared understanding of the product's value, and an ongoing feedback loop of communication, I believe we can foster a collaboration where everyone is on the same page. That's how I'll go about this question. Let me know if you have a difference in opinion. And if there's a question you'd like me to tackle in a subsequent video, leave it down in the comments and your question might be my next video.